Live from a Zoom call somewhere in the Carolinas, it's Russ. It's Les. It's the Man Space Podcast. Take it away, fellas.
Thank you, voice girl, and welcome once again to another edition of the Man Space Podcast. Now, this is the voice of Russ, and with me, as always, is my co-host who is sick and tired of hearing about Jada Pinkett Smith.
So sick.
The one and only Big Les.
So sick and tired, Big Les. Come on, man. Dog,
Right.
I'm so sick of that, man. God.
Every
You already know.
other post is something about her.
But, dog, some of these memes are pretty funny, though.
Some of them are. The one I saw with Suge and Tupac in the car, you see her head up.
Yep. That's the exact one I was talking about. Oh, man. I said, now, you know what? I don't want to talk about her. She just, it irks me, man. I got goosebumps because it's just irritating me so bad.
It's all to sell a book.
It is.
I'm gonna create so much controversy when I get ready to release my book, man.
Bro.
I'm gonna create so much controversy. You're gonna be like, Russ said what? Russ did what? Oh, what?
I need to call this fool, but I'm telling you, if Will Smith continued to allow the shenanigans, apparently he did respond. I could not really see if that was his real voice or not. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it sounded like he was having a real personal conversation with somebody, and they recorded it from their pocket or something. Yeah, but he was
shadiness.
Shady, man. Shady. But that whole thing is shady, dog.
He supposedly wrote a letter to somebody who was interviewing her.
Right.
And he sent in a letter to them, basically said that, he's very proud of her and he has never been so amused and hurt and shocked all at the same time and all this other stuff. But I'm like,
I ain't buying it.
I'm not gonna read it. I don't care.
Yeah. And then the part that we've been married, but divorced. How you sound, chick?
Honestly, though, I know people who are in that situation, though.
Man, that's crazy.
I had a friend of mine. Her and her husband had been separated for 10 years. Neither one of them was signed the divorce papers. They were separated for 10 years. They lived in two different cities. But she said that they would not sign the divorce papers. So they just left it because he wanted to stay in a little small town where they were living, and she wanted to move. And so she moved, but they
left
were
him
living, yeah.
And still married.
Still married.
But doing your own thing.
Doing their own thing, yeah.
Yeah, that's stupid.
So it happens, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but it happens.
Let them go then. You do it. Let them go.
Yeah.
Do it the right way.
Sign the divorce papers, yeah.
Man, I would have had that sucker served so quick. Leave me if you want to and go out of state. The moment that plane took off is the moment I'm going to go see, Johnson & Johnson. For real. Let's go. I don't know her complete address yet, but I'm going to get it. You know what I'm saying? Start the paperwork, Johnson.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No. Especially if we not on no good terms. And then 10 years? 10 years? 10 years? Now, come on, dog. If you was a man and you still ain't got some, oomph with you, 10 years? You ain't faithful anyway. That don't sound right to me, but okay. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Hell, she ain't worked since the last Matrix. I'm talking about Jada Pinkett.
Yeah.
I know she didn't get that much money off of her royalties from what was that sitcom she was on back in the day?
Oh, Different World.
Different World.
Yeah.
You know, he gave her a great life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she did a lot of stuff, man. You know, Jason's Lyrics and all that stuff. Yeah, she did a lot of stuff back then.
Yeah, but was it Will Smith money? Independence Day.
I mean, come on now.
Come on
now. Will, you know, he was like the $20 million man movie. So
right. And how many of them did he do? You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to count my man pockets. I'm just saying.
Men in Black 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
Wild Wild West. I mean, come on now.
Hancock.
Right. Right.
I mean, we can go on and on and on. This 20 million a movie. I can count at least 10 of them. Right now, I can count 10 movies Will Smith did when he was in his prime. And if he got 20 million off of each one of them, that's 200 by itself. So I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know this lifestyle. I don't know what he likes to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many homes or other businesses this man has.
Right.
But I'm just saying those. I ain't saying she didn't do nothing to contribute to the household. You know what I mean? But
have you seen this whole thing where this person supposedly exposed her lies and everything? And
the lady was like, the timestamps don't match up.
Yeah.
I didn't dig into it because I was tired of it.
I didn't want to, but it played. It played. I didn't hit the button. It was just like I had my phone sitting down, and it was just scrolling to the next one and the next one, and that happened to just come up. And
bruh, that stuff is so crazy.
You know, who knows? I mean, who knows? But it's kind of interesting where what she put out there, the stamps don't match up. But still, I mean, it don't take long to have one thing happen. You know, but
you know, the internet, they don't lose, bro. The internet undefeated, bro. They don't lose. Yeah. They gonna get you. It's somewhere out there with something with your name in it. Yeah. Especially if you were a star or are a star. Something. There's a timeline for everything, especially for people that are your fan. They know a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Yeah, I'm telling you, just think about your fans, Les.
They don't know nothing because I don't do nothing.
They know you. They know you.
I don't get fan mail like
you
do.
Big ass.
Don't say that too loud. The missus in the other room, she might hear that. Be like, "What y'all talking about?" My phone gonna vibrate off the counter in a minute.
Right.
Oh, y'all having a real good time, and then what y'all talking about? Hey, she heard somebody call me Big Les one time. She was like, "What's that about?" I'm big and I'm Les. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I didn't know you had that one your nickname. Okay, babe. Okay, babe.
Yeah.
Fun.
I need to apologize, Les.
What you gonna apologize for, my brother?
I've given you a whole lot of grief over the last few years, man. I really have.
Hey, it ain't over yet. It ain't over yet.
It's
Don't
not
do
over
it.
Yet.
Don't do it.
I gotta do it, man.
You can't, man. Oh, no.
This looks like this is the year, man. This looks like it's the year. They look good. They look good.
But
they beat my team. I'm getting texts from Lions fans. Oh, we won again. I'm like, shut up. My team has not won a game.
I wasn't gonna hit you. I wasn't gonna hit you with it. I was gonna let it ride because you know what? You played it at the beginning of the season as you always do.
Yes.
I stood on that same mantle this year as I have in the previous years.
Yes.
Now I want to keep standing on the mantle.
Stand on it, bro.
If we beat the Ravens next week, we're going to go somewhere. Now, what we do when we get there,
I see it happening, man.
I mean, yeah, we could definitely take the NFC on.
And I remember last season saying that my team was going to the playoffs.
Yeah, you did. You did.
I told some people this year we were gonna surprise some people.
Yeah, you surprised, all right. Hey, but you know what though? I think y'all got at least one in y'all. So you can't match the Lions with that perfect 0-13. Right? Because we went through a season not too long ago that we didn't win a game. Not one.
Y'all won at the very end.
Bruh.
You won at the very end. I remember because I even put the soundbite in there.
First victory of the year on the line. Goff's got it. Back, looks, throws, ends it. Yes! Caught! Touchdown, Detroit Lions! They did it! Amon-Ra St. Brown in the receiving end! Oh, they're rushing the field! They've done it! 3 zeros on the clock! This game is over! It's over! Jared Goff to Amon-Ra St. Brown, his first career touchdown. And how big is that? Oh my goodness. Have a day, boys, have a day.
And the Detroit Lions' 15-game winless streak is finally over.
We were recording about them losing, and then all of a sudden they won over the weekend. And I had to go change the whole thing.
Right.
But yeah, man, I'm just outdone with my team, man. The Panthers.
Oh no, we suck again.
I was so excited. They got the Bama boy as the quarterback. I'm excited. The fourth Bama quarterback or the fifth Bama quarterback in the NFL. Yeah. And I'm just like, yes, I'm loving it. We got Bryce. We're in there. The Panthers are going to the playoffs. I think we got the best quarterback in the division. 6 weeks later, we are 0-6.
Oh no, we suck again.
I mean, you okay?
LeVar Ball, stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane.
He got his kids where they at from. I mean, I think LaMelo Ball. What's his name? LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, LaMelo.
I think he okay.
Yeah,
the other one, what's happening?
LaMelo.
What's happening? What's the other one?
One is out for the season because of injury, so he had to have surgery, so he's gonna miss the whole season. The other one is in the G League.
Okay, developed.
Yeah. He came up. He had he was in the camp with the Hornets, but but he didn't make the team. So the last 2 years he was in camp with the Hornets and didn't make the team.
But just think if they had NIL when them boys was coming through.
Right. They would have actually went to college. I think only one of them actually did.
Yeah. One went and the other one went straight in, right?
Yeah. The other one left high school and went overseas and started playing.
And
came back.
Yeah, because you can become a millionaire by playing overseas.
Yeah.
Italy and Korea and all them paying big money.
You look at the women. I mean, the women go overseas because they make more money overseas than they do in the States.
Yes, sir. That's bad.
Yeah,
that's bad.
And you look at Angel Reese with the NIL money. She's like, I make more money sitting in college than I would in the pros. So why would I go to the pros right now? I'm going back to college.
Exactly. Be smart about this thing. This is a real business decision. Yeah. She's making more than a WNBA ball player in college. She's making millions off her NIL, and she got some other endorsements.
Yeah, I've seen commercials.
I've seen commercials with her in it. Yeah, come on, man. That's just that. It's just like social media. You know, as much you want to put out there, the bigger you can get. You know what I'm saying? You know, And why go off to school and you can be if you're good at it and you're a social media influencer and you're making that kind of money, why go to college? You know what I'm saying? I'm already making the money that college is going to supposedly provide for me when I graduate. Because now the job sector is not like that anymore. Oh, I'm going to go and do this and I'm going to be okay for the rest of my life. No. I know cats with college degrees that work for me, and I ain't got no college degree.
Yeah.
Real talk. It's been that way for many years too. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. You got to get experience somewhere, and people are going to hire, they're going to hire those people. So it is what it is. It is what it is, man.
So, Les, let me ask you a question, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry. During the break, I read something, and I have to share it.
Okay.
Oh my God! It says, if she cheats on you, put a hair remover in her shampoo. If she want to act like Jada, she gonna look like her too. I just had to go back there one time. I'm through with it.
Oh man.
Oh, that about choked me.
Oh man. That's low down, but that's funny.
Yes, sir.
That's funny.
All right, let me get myself together. Go ahead, bro.
Les, let me ask you, are you familiar with the butterfly effect?
Absolutely.
So for those that don't know exactly what the butterfly effect is, it comes from a chaos theory that illustrates how something so small or seemingly insignificant can have a massive or rippling effects.
Right.
The idea behind it is that a butterfly can flap its wings down in Brazil, but actually cause a tornado in Texas.
Right.
The tiniest things can lead to unpredictable outcomes. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the reason that this kind of like set with me, like yesterday, just yesterday,
mm-hmm.
I'm home and I come downstairs. I'm like, hey, Miss Russ, what are we doing for lunch? It's about 1:00 at this point. And she's like, well, let's go to Jersey Mike's unless you want something else. I'm like, sure, let's just do Jersey Mike's, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we jump in the car, we're heading up there. There's road construction. So down the one lane, sitting there stuck in traffic for the longest. And by the time we get up there, it's almost 2:00 by the time we get up there. And this man comes walking up to us, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, sir, do you have any spare change or anything? I'm just trying to get a bag of chips. I'm homeless. And they told me I can't buy any chips for $1. And that's all I really got is $1.
Right.
So at this point, I said, if you want something to eat, man, come on in and we'll buy you something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So he comes inside, and as we're walking up to place our order, I look, and here comes a cop come up behind him and handcuff the guy.
Oh no.
And he's like, listen, man, I don't want to take you to jail, but I've told you before, you gotta leave people alone. You can't keep, begging people for money.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have to take you away. Right. So he handcuffs the guy and he walks him out.
Mm.
Mrs. Russ is shaking or whatever. So we place our order. I'm sitting down and I'm on my conference call.
Yeah.
And the police officer comes back in. He's like, listen, I don't want to take him to jail. But he said that you were willing to buy him something to eat. Now, if you want to buy him something to eat, that's fine. I won't take him to jail. But if not, then he's going to have to go, because he's been bothering people all day.
Yeah.
And there was one guy that was in there, and he says, man, I ran into him on Saturday and gave him $20. And he saw me and he asked me for money asked me for some money again, and I'm like, dude, I just gave you money Saturday,
Mm.
and I sat there, and the cop looked back at me. He says, "It's up to you. What do you want to do?" I'm like, "No, I'll buy him something to eat."
Right. That's a good thing to do.
So we got him food. I came outside. He was in the back of the police car. The police officer got him up out the car, let him out, took the handcuffs off. Gave him some food. The officer's like, "Man, you're a good man for this. I appreciate you doing this because I really didn't want to take him to jail for nothing."
Yeah, yeah.
But and he told the guy, reiterated, like, you can't be over here begging anymore. You got to leave the area. So, the cop sat and watched him, and he left the area. But something so small as, if we weren't caught in that traffic, we might have missed this guy.
You would have missed him
altogether.
Yep.
Right. If I would have, something as tiny as, if I would have had my mind set on anything else,
you would have missed him.
Would have missed him. Would have went somewhere else, and this guy would have went to jail.
Yeah.
Something that tiny made such a difference.
Yeah. Mrs. Les, I'm a big one for not, because I watched people get played, and I've seen it. I've been played before and stuff like that. And she told me something that really kind of laid on my heart. She says, "You don't even know if that's Jesus without his wings." I was like, huh? Then I was going to correct her, but I understood what she meant.
Right.
That could be somebody testing who you are.
Right. That's your blessing.
That's your blessing.
Yeah.
And it made me really sit back and think, I am blessed. I should be trying to help out and do stuff, but it's hard to see when it's everywhere, because not even a week later, we were pulling up someplace else. And I told the guy, because I didn't have any cash or nothing on me. I just waved my hand to say no. And he cussed me out. "You not better than me." Called me all types of MFs and Bs and all that stuff. And I actually felt bad. I felt bad because I'm like, I could really get out this car and whoop you. Right. But at the same time, I can do more. So I'm a little nicer. However, I'm not as giving as my wife is.
Right. Yeah.
But
I'm definitely that way. I'm not as giving as my wife.
Man, I'll tell you, we went to Myrtle Beach, and a guy was sitting there, man, in the rain, holes in his shoes, no jacket. He was wet. They were getting ready to call the police on him. And I gave him brand new Nike boots out the truck. I had just bought some Nike boots. I had Nike boots. I had a parka, a hoodie. I gave him all that. I gave him everything that I could out of my truck, and was like, here, because I keep a cold weather kit. If I got to walk or wet, I used to keep one in the back of the truck, right? Mm-hmm. By the way, everybody should do that. And I just gave everything to him, and I mean, that dude you can tell when it's real, the gratitude and the look in this man's face, and I gave him a few dollars to get him something to eat, because it was raining and it was cold, and I was like, here, take this, but I get it, bro.
Yeah. Do you ever think about how one little change could have completely changed your entire life?
Yeah. I mean, I have plenty of events that I can say that, I changed something, one little thing, and it changes everything.
Yeah.
But I live by this creed, man. If you want something different, you got to do something different.
That's true.
That's part of it.
That is true.
That's what my effect. Yeah.
Right. As far as the butterfly effect,
Yeah.
it's more of not so much of, okay, yeah, I want to lose weight, so I'm gonna eat differently. I'm gonna work out more. It's not that type of effect. It's more of, man, because I decided back in 2006 to leave the company I worked for, eventually led to me actually meeting you.
Right.
If
And
I didn't
here
leave
we
that
are
company,
today. Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that type of thing is that effect. That
the mustard seed. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So, and Mrs. Russ asked me this morning, we were talking about it, and I was kind of bouncing the show topic off of her, and she said, well, would you change anything? I'm like, no, I wouldn't change anything, because if I changed anything, it wouldn't have me where I am today.
Yeah. I agree. I 100% agree.
Have you seen the Flash movie?
No.
Okay. I'm going to try to say this in a way where it doesn't give away the movie in case you decide.
Nah, don't worry. You ain't got to worry about that with the Flash. I've never been a big Flash fan.
The Man Space Nation might be kind of ticked at me and might cut us off. So I'm gonna say this in a way that doesn't give it away.
All right, we're all listening.
But there's a paradox that happens, right?
Okay.
That no matter what he does to try to change the past, it still comes out to the same outcome. Do you feel like there are certain things in your life that no matter which way you would have gone, that you would have still ended up with the same thing?
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. But I equate those things in a spiritual sense, right? And I say that it was my path.
You were destined to go on.
I was destined to go on this path, no matter what.
Yeah.
I needed to go through this for whatever reason. I don't care what I would have changed. I would have needed to go through this to make me who I am today.
Right.
And I'm a believer in stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because I know it to be true.
Right.
For me, I know it to be true.
I get that. And like the podcast for one, right?
Yeah. Right.
I was telling Mr. Russ, I feel like the podcast is that paradox for me. Right. Any way I would have turned, the podcast would have happened. Now, I may not have been with you as my co-host, but the podcast would have happened whether I met you or not.
Yeah.
Because of the way everything was happening around me. Like, this had kind of been in my mind for many, many, many years. Like, I met a lady who was doing a podcast. Gosh, this was probably like in 2007.
Wow.
And she was like, yeah.
That was in the beginning.
Right. And she was like, hey, you got a good voice. Maybe you should look into doing this. I can teach you how to do it. And she's like, here's my show. And I listened to it and I did not like her show.
Right.
So it kind of discouraged me from the moment because I'm like, nah, I don't want to go down that path. And but it was building from that moment of trying to figure out
it
what
never
I wanted
left
to do.
you. Yeah.
Right.
It never left you. And it's a lot of things. Not a lot of things. I've only had a few things in my life that have never left me that I've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I didn't even think about podcasting, but I thought about radio.
Right.
We've had this discussion, but I thought about radio because I had the same thing happen to me. This lady stalked me just to hear me. Can you call me and leave me a voicemail? Like, what? But kind of the same thing. And I never thought of it in that way, but that's what led me into voiceover work.
Right.
And then through the courses of time, and now I'm here, with you. So, and I wouldn't have it any other way because I've looked at it before And I'm like, I'm straight. That
Right.
takes too much time. I ain't doing that, you know.
Right.
And now look, I look
Mhm.
forward to spending my time with you.
There you go.
And
The highlight of the week.
right? Yes, somewhat. Yeah. You start talking about pumpkin spice and making me do stuff I don't want to do. Then I'd be like, man, why I'm friends with this dude? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh man.
it's like I'm in a room with my big brother just bullying me. You know, eat the fluffernutter. No,
Eat the fluffernutter.
I'm chilling, mom.
You're gonna like it.
You gotta like
Eat
it. And then here I go. Try it on Texas toast, butter the bread, and you know, I take it to the extreme.
There you go. You know, there you go. You got to do it. But see, hey, if it wasn't for that one little thing,
That's it.
me mentioning it,
That's
you
right.
wouldn't have found out the joys. I mean, the butterfly effect. You know, but it just shows how so many things are interconnected.
Yeah.
You know, with each other.
Yeah.
You know, Facebook alone is one of the things that's so interesting because you have a friend.
Yeah.
And you might look at somebody else's like friend list and like, man, I didn't know, Russ knew that person.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That type of thing. Or you have
how you know my cousin? You
right.
know?
that type of thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of a microcosm of our lives because of how people are interconnected. And it shows how little things happen in our lives and how all of those things are interconnected with each other.
Yeah. I know, man. It's amazing though. Going back to that Facebook and Instagram and now TikTok shows you're friends with this person's in your phone. You know what I mean? This person's in your contact. You'd be like, delete that. I don't want to know nobody.
Nah, I don't tick or no talk. I'm not doing that one.
I just say you only tic-tac-toe, baby.
That's right. That's the
only players play tic-tac-toe, baby.
Right. That's right. What's the little mints? The little tic-tacs?
Tic-tacs. Yeah.
Tic-tacs. Yeah. Well, that's it for me. Like them tic-tacs.
Hey, I feel you, dog.
Just more into this, man. It's like if you had the opportunity, to just say anything in the last, won't go back to, but just in the last year.
In the last year,
if you had to change something in the last year, because the chances of, okay. So, have you watched the Loki series, right? All right. So, one of the things within the Loki series is that there's so many different parallel universes, which essentially is the butterfly effect, right? Everything had a starting point, and different decisions had the universe split off into different paths. So, all of these paths are actually playing out just the way.
Time.
Right, right. So if you look, the further that you go back into your history would have a greater impact on what you are today.
Yeah.
But so that's what I'm saying. Like if you could just change one thing in the last year, because there's an opportunity that it would have a lesser of an impact on today.
Yeah.
Would you try to do it? Because we always go with one of the obvious things, right? If I could go back and tell myself something younger, it'll be like invest in Apple, buy some Apple stock, buy some Microsoft stock, buy Netflix, right before the pandemic, those type things that, we would always say to make ourselves more money in today, right?
Right.
But if you looked at it today and go back over the last year, would you try to change anything?
I would change one thing. Yep. I would probably tell myself to tighten my belt a little bit more.
Yeah. I know. I seen your pants fall off a few times. I'm like, whoa, what up?
Lisa had drawers on. Lisa had drawers on. That's it, baby.
Hey, yikes,
So,
what up, bro?
Yeah, no,
That kind of show here.
I kind of went on a little bit of a spending spree,
Right.
and now it's like, okay, Mr. Les, you need to go sit yourself down.
Yeah.
And it's because I want something, and I don't want to use any credit. So I want something, but do I want it that bad?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to keep myself off of that ledge and be like, swipe it,
Right.
being a swiper. I don't want to swipe it. I just want to pay cash for it. And a lot of decisions that I made earlier in the year, they were investment, but still, I'm like, I could have did without that investment. You know what I mean? It's not turning out like I, thought it was going to be. So, so now I got to hold on. You know what I mean? To the tides change. But I would probably always get better with finance. That's probably, I will probably tighten my belt a little bit more, not made as many changes to my financial picture all at one time.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can say. I mean, I ain't crying. I'm still eating every day. You know what I mean?
Right.
Still got a roof over my head.
Yeah.
But hey, here's that butterfly effect. I something I did, in January, maybe it'll flourish next, in 5 years. You never know.
That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
You go outside and you look at the trees. None of them were planted yesterday.
That's right. That's right. They
These
grew.
tall trees were planted
over time.
They were planted in a lot of cases decades ago to get to this point, right?
Yeah. How long does it take for a bamboo tree to get above ground?
I used to notice after 5 years or
something like that. Yeah. It stays underground for that long before it sprouts. But then it sprouts and then it grows like crazy.
Right.
Well,
so
that's what I'm looking for. Yeah.
A grapevine doesn't really produce fruit for the first 3 to 4 years.
That's crazy because I'm ready to eat it. Yeah. So I get it though, but then it's abundance. So that's what I'm planning for. Put a whole lot of grape seeds in the ground. a couple bamboo shoots. We're gonna see. But yeah, I definitely believe in that ripple, that a cause and that effect. And
yes, that's exactly it. Cause and effect.
Cause and effect. And I'm certain things in life I look forward to the cause and effect. But certain things in life you don't know you caused an effect.
Right.
Because you never know what nugget they took from us. Right. That we're talking about. We talk about a lot of different things. We have a lot of different guests on, and somebody could take something from that. And that's that butterfly effect. We didn't know that this person or this person or group didn't even know that they even got something from it. But we caused the difference in somebody else's life, or something changes for them because of something we did.
Right.
Hopefully always in a good always in a good
way. Yeah.
A good way,
Yeah.
Yeah. But
yeah,
I definitely feel it though. I'm a big believer in the universe thing anyway. So, so speak it.
Yeah.
Speak it into truth.
Yeah. I think the only thing that I would change is not saying that my Panthers are going to the playoffs.
It's too late, bro. You said it.
I know.
You said it.
Oh no! We suck again!
I'm rooting for you, though, man. I'm rooting for you. Look what I got on there. You know, look.
I see it. I see you with the Panthers. The kitty cats. Oh man. As we do each week, we like to close the show with just a little bit of inspiration. The butterfly effect highlights how one single decision that you make in your life can have unforeseen repercussions. For instance, a choice that you make to take a different route to work might lead to a chance encounter with somebody that significantly impacts your life or career. See, 11 years ago, my boss had tickets for him and his buddy to go to a basketball game. And at the last minute, he couldn't go. So he asked me to go with his buddy. And I didn't want to go, but I'm like, I don't have anything to do tonight. I'll take the ticket. I'll go. I go to the game. I'm sitting there, and at the end of the first quarter, the door opens, and I see what would later become the future Mrs. Russ come walking in. See, that decision to go to that game that night changed the rest of my life from that point on. And see, that's what the butterfly effect is. It's the reminder that our world is highly interconnected. It encourages us to consider the potential consequences of our actions, no matter how small they may seem. It also underscores the unpredictability of what happens in our daily life. So, ManSpace Nation, embrace the powers of your actions, for like that butterfly's wings, they have the potential to create the change that can touch our lives, inspire dreams, and shape our future in ways that you will never fully fathom.
Wow. I mean, he's so good at that, man. You need to go.
I try, man.
I could never. I could just never be that great as you are with it. I can't.
You could do it. I should let you close the show.
I could be something different, but nothing like you.
Yeah.
You are my butterfly effect. Oh, you gotta love it.
Oh, yeah. And on that note,
we out of here.
Thank you for listening to this episode of The Man Space.
Whichever platform you listen to us on, make sure you subscribe and don't miss a show.
Remember to keep up with all the ManSpace updates on our website, themanspacepodcast.com.
And you can follow us on Instagram at ManSpaceNat1.
Until next time, ManSpace Nation, he's Les, I am Russ, and we are out of here.
Oh no! We suck again!